Greetings summoners and welcome back to Lords of Lore. Today I give to you Ambition's Embrace by Michael Yashao. Enjoy. Chapter 1.
Bound by darkness.
Crude smile stretching wide. Sharp teeth spanning system. Oblivion given form. Coalesced as the dark harbinger of annihilation. Thresh. Immense in power, his own gravity draws me in closer. Chains of dark matter enveloping me, cradling me in stillness.
Ambition's embrace.
Yet behind him, an even greater force looms. Its careless pull tugs at every particle in my being. I resist struggling against its call, straining against Thresh's grasp, calling upon the light. Yet every surge of radiance that wells up within me dissipate into the endless maw of darkness, diverted into its ever-hungering grasp.
The Dark Star.
Thresh laughs, a vibration that sends pulsing waves of energy radiating into the cosmos.
Struggle all you want in light,
he caws.
but you belong to the Dark Star.
A wave of dread ripples through me.
Give in.
With a heave, he wrenches me toward the emptiness, the vast and eternal silence. I strain against his binding, but I feel my power wave as I drift closer to the point of no return. The event horizon beyond which the Dark Star's pull would prove inescapable. Thresh's voice grates.
Do not fear the end, Lux. Embrace it. Embrace me.
The cosmic count will stop you, I say, my voice warp and slurs under the immense gravity of the Dark Star, a reverberating mockery of my intended strength, revealing the hollowness of my threat. I was the one sent to stop him, and I am about to fail.
Into the horizon, Lux.
He pulls. I fall ensnared by the inescapable toe of the Dark Star. Chapter 2. They came, one by one, shining beacons formed of constellations, each burning with endless starfires, the potential of creating a flame within their beings. Yi arrived first, an elegant flash of his celestial blade cutting a path through the inky space. Kassadin and Sinsaud followed not long after. Saya danced in, trailed by Rakan, and Lula meandered in the end as she always does, following some whim and whimsy only she understood. Last, as though summoned only by our collective light, Queen Ash aced into our midst, blazing across space-time like an incandescent arrow. The others bowed their heads in deference as I took stock of all who had come. The cosmic count assembled together after countless eons, all in answer to my beacon. Sinsaud spoke first. Long has it been since we all were met. I smiled, though at the time a bit formal. Sinsaud's focus and dedication in the protection of the nebula that cradled the birth of new stars always filled me with a deep admiration and appreciation. Too long, Kassadin replied. Yet some are still missing, Yi rumbled. Saya scoffed and rolled her eye. Some are not to be expected, they never show up. Yet others absent are more troubling, Ash thundered, and all heads turned towards her. Sinsaud frowned. You are speaking of Jin. And Mordekaiser? Rakan chimed in. That grumpy old soul. Where did he get off to? We are all old souls, even if we don't act it, Yi replied. Jin's light gone, Lulu's voice rang out, clarion and pure, drawing our attention. Some murmurs of surprise rippled out, along with a few incredulous grumbles, yet I knew we all felt the truth of her words. Whenever a cosmic being ceases existence, the loss echoes through each of the remaining, and we all had felt his light blink into darkness. Since then, I had witnessed first the twisted, broken system left in his wake. Whatever dark, monstrous thing he had become reveled in destruction, macabre and grotesque. Stars inverted into black holes. Shattered planets left careening around wild, unhinged orbits. Devastated, splintered.
Beautiful.
I frowned and shook my head. Saya was asking a question. How is this possible? Since the Harbinger's appearing, the Dark Star grows in strength. Ash glided between us, looking each of us in the eyes as she passed. When we build, he guides the Dark Star to consume. Where we create the possibility of life and light, He only destroys. For too long, we have watched his action, tolerated him as at best, an overzealous hastener of entropy. She looked directly into my eyes. Now it has taken one of our own. That cannot stand. So we gather to find and strike this harbinger down? Sensao waved his spear, and a trail of glittering nebula bloomed in his wake. No. Ash continues to hold my gaze. The dark star grows stronger when it devours sources of light. All of us approaching at once could be exactly what Thresh wants.
What we want.
I squeezed my eyes shut. When I opened them, Ash had once again resumed her gliding pace between the others. Each of us will hunt down the known corrupted, she said. Only one of us shall bind the star and Thresh, help them at the marauder path. The others turned their gazes on me. I breathed deep and steadied my nerves. My queen, why not you? I will hunt down the other corrupted with my celestial bow. Ash cut off my question. Locke's mastery of starlight and binding constellation means she alone has the ability to stop this threat in this task. Her expression softened. Though each of our tasks are perilous, yours perhaps is the most difficult of all, Lux. But there's no one else I trust more to hold fast to our cosmic duty. I strode up to stand next to my queen and spoke with more conviction than I felt. I know where the Dark Star is, or at least where it was, when Jin disappeared. I felt it most strongly. The others nodded, accepting the half-truth.
You feel us. You see yourself.
I clenched my teeth, pushing the voice out of my mind. My gaze swept over my cosmic brethrens, each forged from pure light, brightened from the primordial to shine eternal. I had crafted entire galaxy with them, willed wonders of the universe into existence by their side. Over the eons, we have danced together, then split apart, painting the inky fabric of space with the delicacy complexity. Yet, I cannot deny the truth. I have always heard the call of darkness. Some days, I could almost pretend it wasn't there, but it was always a part of me. The sliver that resonated with the pulsation of the Dark Star, that spun in a tangled waltz with the cursed unspeakable void, whispering ceaseless torment into my mind.
Ceaseless truth.
My brethren of the court do not know. I did not know why I was born with the seed of darkness, this inversion of all we stand for. But Ash was right. I was duty incarnated. The power of light fortifies me against betrayal of my heart, and when I beat Thresh and the Dark Star into a fixed point in space, away from the brilliance of the creations we have worked so hard to build, perhaps at last I will also acquire the tired voice and be free of this cursed part of myself. I must be enough. Chapter 3. But was I not enough?
You are more than enough.
Have I failed?
Embrace the darkness.
I plummet to my end.
You are more than light. You have always been more.
No, I must stay true. It cannot end like this.
Duty binds you when you could be more.
I tumble towards the unending emptiness, accelerating in its inescapable gravity. I feel myself tearing apart, immense pressure and force, pulling and compressing and splintering my very essence. I reach into my heart, calling to my last vestiges of light, grasping at my waning strength. A glint of bright, a final spark, but right beside it, a mote of
darkness, dancing,
in tandem with the spark, calling my name, Lux.
Unbound, let ambition reign.
My form flickers, tattered starlight flaying in the gravity well. A final choice, one last chance, cosmic light or eternal dark. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was The Ambition's Embrace by Michael Yeshao. As you hear in the story, for some reason unknown, Lux hears the Dark Star's voice in her head, convincing her to trying to become a Dark Star. That is why within the game, we have Dark Cosmic Lux and just Cosmic Lux. They are basically the two versions of her, one where she gives in and one where she stands fast. I am so happy that Riot is expanding the stories of the multiverse, but if you enjoyed this video, maybe you enjoyed the last video, which was about how fiddlesticks kill an entire village in a spooky way. But if you overall like lore, I suggest you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. So until next time, enjoy.